And with that news, we now move ahead. Now, following the condemnation of Israel's settlement plan in West Bank by 14 countries, Israeli Minister Gideon Saar has now slammed the criticism. Saar has stated that no foreign government can restrict Israeli citizens' right to settle in West Bank. Saar went on to say that any such call by a foreign government is, quote, discriminatory against Jews and morally wrong. The Israeli foreign minister has also said that the decision to establish 11 settlements in West Bank has been taken to help address the security threats Israel faces, among other things. All right, I now welcome Yossi Kapar-Wasser, who's an Israeli intelligence and security expert. Thank you, Mr. Kapar-Wasser, for joining us in this discussion. How would you respond to the criticism that's coming in on this comment?
Well, you know, this issue has been disputed for a long time, and I don't think there's anything new about it. The settlements reflect the fact that this is disputed land according to the Oslo agreements between us and the Palestinians. And we settle on areas that are public lands, trying to avoid any harm to private ownership of land. And we do that because of security reasons and because of national reasons. We consider the areas in dispute part of Israel. So until we reach an agreement with the Palestinians about the fate of these disputed lands, we keep the settlement in these places. And this was agreed upon in the Oslo agreements. There is no place to any complaints in this respect.
All right. And what do you think is it going to be, what kind of response is it going to elicit, this comment, especially from the settlers in West Bank?
Sorry, can you repeat it? I didn't.
How do you think the people in the West Bank are going to receive this comment?
Well, there are all kinds of people in the West Bank. There are people, there are Palestinians, there are Israelis.
The Palestinians,
each
of course.
group is going to accept it differently, of course. The Palestinians seek to have ownership of the entire land. Actually, they don't agree to the fact that Israel exists at all in the first place. It's not only about the territories that are disputed since '67, that they dispute the areas beyond these territories. So they are, of course, against it. And the Israelis that settle over there are, of course, very happy with the fact that their settlements are being fortified and strengthened so that they can face the terror attempts by the Palestinians who reside around them.
All right, sure. Mr. Kapar-Wasser, I requested to stay on as there's some more breaking news now coming in. The Israeli military has reported that it has killed a member of the Quds Force in Lebanon. The Quds Force is the overseas arm of Iran's Revolutionary Guards. Earlier this week, Israeli warplanes reportedly bombed the valleys of Humin, Wadi Azza and Nemiria regions located in southern Lebanon. Israeli military also issued a statement about these strikes, saying that they were only attacking Hezbollah launching sites and their other military infrastructure. I now request Mr. Kapar-Wasser to join us back for his comment on this latest killing of the member of the Quds Force there in Lebanon.
Quds Force should not be present in Lebanon, definitely not in order to strengthen Hezbollah's capabilities to carry out terror attacks against Israel. This is the only purpose for which they are present there. This is an organization that is committed to strengthening the capabilities of Iran's proxies to carry out terror attacks against Israel. They have no place in Lebanon after the ceasefire. And definitely not in southern part of Lebanon, but not in Lebanon in general. And I think it's something that is also accepted by the Lebanese government. I don't understand why the Lebanese government allows these kinds of people to stay in Lebanon, and they probably didn't allow it, and it's being done ignoring their will. So I think that this
Mr. Kapar-Wasser, is there any information on who this member is that has been targeted and taken down?
Yes, he's a top operative in the Unit 840 that is responsible for improving the capabilities of Hezbollah and other terror groups to carry out attacks against Israel.
And is this going to have any significant
relatively
impact
high-ranking
on?
operator.
How
Sorry?
much of an impact do you think it's going to have on the Hezbollahs and the Quds Force? Is it going to weaken their, cause any further, in your opinion?
Of course, it weakens them, but anytime we hit one of their operatives, and definitely an Iranian operative that is overseeing what they're doing in order to regain the capabilities to harm Israel, anytime we do that, we weaken them. That's for sure. The major question is whether this is going to be the straw that's going to break the camel's back, because we keep operating against the attempts of Hezbollah to redeploy in the south and to rearm themselves. And why? Because when we have to do it, because the Lebanese government, which is also trying to do that, is very weak and do.
The real challenge which has emerged time and again is how these groups are rearming themselves, even if some commanders are taken down or eliminating, which is why that question came to you from me.
Yeah, well, of course, they managed somehow to smuggle weapons from Syria in spite of the efforts of the Syrian government to prevent that from happening. They get money from Iran through Turkey and other places, and they use this money in order to rearm themselves and to produce new weapons. And they keep deploying their forces in the south, which is not allowed to them according to the ceasefire agreement. They ignore it. They breach the agreement day in, day out. So they leave us no option, because the government of Lebanon doesn't do enough. It leaves us no option but to carry out these attacks against the infrastructure of Hezbollah and their patrons in Iran whenever they appear in southern Lebanon.
All right, sure. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Kappawasa, for joining us and providing all that information to